Hello everyone, my name is Janine McGowan and I design cross stitch as the Blue Flower, and this is my Flosstube where we chat about stitching and dogs and whatever else comes to mind. I'm actually doing this on Friday evening because we're in a stretch of fabulous weather here in northern Nevada, and I'm hoping to get out into the garden first thing tomorrow morning. See if I can get some of that yard work done before it gets too warm. So whenever you're watching this, good morning, good evening, whatever is appropriate, and thank you for joining me. Jumping right into stitching in action, first up we have Thressa, and Thressa has 3 finishes to share. The first one is Festive Flicker, which I love. This and all 3 of these are stitched on 18 count Aida using the called for DMC. Festive Flicker is the freebie from last holiday season, so that's up on the website, and I love the way it came out. She also did Christmas Kestrel, which was a freebie from, I want to say 3 or 4 years ago, and that was when I first did the visit to the Animal Ark, and that was inspired by the time with their Kestrel out there. So I love the way both of those came out. And then the third one that she shared was A Wisdom of Wombats, and this is from a set, it's my personal favorite, from a set of a group of collective nouns that I did for Punch Needle magazine several years ago. And I keep meaning to put them out for general release, but I need to have them refinished and maybe expand a few, so I haven't done that yet. But I'm always very happy when the Wisdom of Wombats shows up. So thank you very much, Thressa, for sending those through. Next up, we have Jillian, who stitched Trunktown Spring, and we were chatting because this summer I'll have Trunktown Summer coming out, which you'll actually see in a few minutes. Now, Jillian is a brand new cross stitcher. She has only been stitching since January, so it's especially impressive that she has already embarked on a drum finish, and fabulous work, Jillian. I am so impressed. It took me ages to be confident enough to look at something like that and think I could try that. And so it's just so awesome that you did. And I love it. You said you used thread from her stash, which I always support. I think it came out beautifully. And she isn't worried about errors because it makes it unique, which is fabulous. So Jillian, you've got a wonderful attitude and a great skill, and I'm just so very happy that you're enjoying cross stitch. Then finally we have Dale, and Dale stitched the Sand Dollar Pincushion from the class I taught at Barefoot Needleart recently. She said she wasn't happy with the way that her top came together, so she went out and she found a shell on the beach and she added that, and I think it makes it perfect. It makes it personal to her. It's a great embellishment, so thank you so much, Dale, for sharing that. And I don't know if I said it last week. I may put that pincushion design up on the website as a freebie. I haven't decided on that, but that might be a fun thing for people to do. So anyway, as always, if you have stitched a Blue Flower design, I would love to see it and share it here. And I can also say I had a meeting with the website people last week, I think, and I think they're going to make me a little tutorial on how to, they're going to set up the stitching in action page and then show me how to keep it updated so that I can actually start posting these on the website as well, which is the ultimate goal. So that when you go and you're stitching a Blue Flower design and you want to be inspired by what other stitchers have done, you can go there and have a look. In the meantime, though, please feel free to keep sending me your pictures so I can share them in the videos. On to what I'm stitching. I still haven't done any stitching since the last one, but I did finish my model stitch, which you will see again shortly. And then hopefully this weekend I'll get some time to work on that Dunkel Memorial sampler that I'm working on. Pardon me, the obligatory yawn. I do think it's nerves because as I as I get filming, my heart rate gets going and my brain needs oxygen, and that just seems to happen. So on to Stash Spotlight. I picked up for the first time last year, or the year before, yeah, last year, when I was at Beautiful Sip and Stitchery. I picked up some linen from Mani di Donna, and I apologize if I'm not saying that right. And it just feels lovely. So when I was at market this past spring, I went in and I was chatting with her about her fabulous fabrics, and she just sent me a whole big stack of them, which they're gorgeous. Now, it's always tricky to show fabric on this, but I'm gonna try. You would laugh if you could see. I've got a huge reflector over on this side with a light pointing at it, and I've got another light up here. It wouldn't be so hard to have a lot of light around to try and get a good view of things, except for my glasses. So it's always a challenge to have enough light, but also not have my glasses just showing glare of where all the lights are. But we're gonna give it a go. Okay, so first up, I love the names for these as well. This one is called St. Patrick's Day. And isn't that pretty? You can see it's a lovely sort of mottled teal with these green undertones. There's maybe a little bit more on this side that shows the green. I love that. I think it's beautiful. The next one we have is called Evergreen. You know how much I love a green fabric. Look at that. That's a lovely color. Excellent. This one, I just love it. It's called Lavender for obvious reasons, and obviously it goes with my hair too today. But this time of year, especially, the lavender is about to bloom. I love the smell of it. I love everything about it. So yeah, this is a beautiful fabric. This one is called Puntini Moody Green, and I think it's referencing Paola of Puntini, but it is a beautiful moody green, sort of grungy-ish color, but with a lot of depth to it, a nice neutral with some good variegation on it. This one is called The Beach, which is perfect. It's a little bit of a warmer taupey color with some pink in it, which is just pretty. And these all feel so good in your hand, which is one of my favorite things when I'm stitching. I want the fabric to feel nice in my hand. This one is called Frog Gray. Isn't that pretty? Oh gosh, I love it. And I love the name. I am an absolute sucker too for the name of a fabric. I've been known to try and make it work just because I love the name so much. And this one is called Burnt Sand. And it just looks festive and beachy. And I wish I were stitching beach or designing beach things right now instead of autumn, because I would have all these beautiful fabrics for it. But see if we can get one more look at this amazing collection of just gorgeous colors and lovely soft fabrics from Donna. I don't know how many shops in the US carry them. I know she has online sales, and I know some shops do. So it might be worth checking if you wanted to get some of these. All right, on to World Around. This one is a little funky. I was trying to think of what to pick, but I chose something called Orovada. What, you may ask, is Orovada? Orovada is the official state soil of Nevada. Nevada not only has a state dinosaur, they have an official state soil. And since it's early in the gardening season, soil is very much on my mind. It is named for the town, Orovada, in Nevada, which got its name from the Spanish oro for gold and then Nevada for Nevada. So Orovada. I am not a geologist, but I'll do my best with this. Orovada soil is deep and formed from sediment that has drained off from, I think, primarily rock sources, materials blown in by wind, and volcanic ash. This soil is very typical of the Great Basin and occurs in over 360,000 acres of northern Nevada, although not exactly where I live, but northern Nevada. It is a desert or semi-desert soil. It has a very thin layer of plant material on the surface and then layers of heavy minerals. The rainwater apparently doesn't drain out through it very much, and so those minerals kind of stay where they are. It's pretty much the very opposite of everything I'm trying to achieve in the garden. But although it is a desert soil, everything says when you irrigate it, it's quite good farmland, which, like I said, I'm not a geologist, but the people who work with it all the time know what they're doing, and that's what they say. As it is, however, it supports things like sagebrush, which have very long roots and they can draw the water and nutrients from far underground. And because of the way it's structured, that water that's underground kind of stays there. So it doesn't evaporate off the way it would in, for example, my garden. Plants that thrive in this Orovada soil can survive long droughts since the water is held so far below the surface. And, fun fact, the soil is very sturdy and it lets the pygmy rabbit, which is the smallest rabbit in Northern America, make their burrows in it. So not only is it fun to say and the state soil of Nevada, it is the home to the pygmy rabbits, who are adorable. So there you go. World Around is Orovada soil. Question last video was asking about newsletters and just how you would like me to get in touch in general, and I really appreciated all your thoughtful replies on those. I did have a meeting with the website people, as I said last week, and we're working through kind of the best ways to coordinate that. I think they're putting the newsletters, some of the old ones, and then going forward onto a page on the website. So That way, if something gets lost in your email or you're new to the blue flower, you can go back and take a look and see what you've missed. Question this video. This is random, but when are they not quite random, really? What is a breakfast that you've been enjoying recently? I have been getting into grape nuts. It's something that I tend to come back to every couple of years and remember, oh gosh, I really like grape nuts. And right now I'm having them with yogurt and honey. But yeah, it's something I've eaten since I was a kid and I tend to forget about and then come back to and say, gosh, these are good. So right now I'm in a grape nuts phase. I want to hear what you're enjoying right now. On to best things. I am so excited for new designs. I have been actually getting reliable, consistent designing time in at least an hour or two every day, which is great. I love it. It's a best thing for sure. Although my brain is sometimes not very helpful at 3 a.m. when it suddenly starts turning over a design. And yeah, that's not the best. I think it was a Jingle Ball in our meet and greet. Someone asked Robert, do I wake up and get designs in the middle of the night? And he instantly said yes, because he knows I'll just reach over and grab the notebook and start scribbling madly, and then in the morning try and decipher what it was that my brain thought was so very important and clear when I wrote it down. So that's my best thing, and it's been really great to be able to get some good design time. On to giveaway. From the last video, it was a copy of this Sandy Shore muffin style chart from the Blue Flower and the lovely pin set that I was given as well as a bonus. And this one goes to Stitchy Hazel. So Stitchy Hazel, send me an email with your mailing address and I will get that in the mail to you. Giveaway this video, I have 2 new releases to show you. Those will be going out. The email will go out to shops potentially this weekend. Because they've just come back from the printer having their covers done. And so I'm going to choose 2 winners in the next video. And if you use the word summer in your comments, because I'm not feeling very original right now, I will pick 2 people and you can choose any blue flower design, including the new ones, as your prize. Which brings me to announcements. They're very quick this time. So I'm going to show you the 2 new releases that I have. First up is, as I said, the Trunk Down Biscornu for summer. I've done spring now, and this is summer. Let's see if we can get a good picture here. Start at the back. This one I have this is a native clematis vine that's kind of weaving through, and then we've got a bunch of different birds, native flowers. We get something called the big brown bat, which is actually not that big. An ocelot. We've got, let's see, what else can we do? Lots more native flowers. Nice woodpecker down here. We'll put a porcupine in because why not? And chipmunk, all sorts of fun stuff here. So I'll take a break after I talk about these and put in some photographs for you. So that's the first one, and that is Trunktown Summer. So let's see, Jillian, I hope you're ready for that one. You can be an expert on the trunk style finishes now. And then the second one I have, this is the one I had to stitch. So this one was stitched by the marvelous Chris Canaday, who got hers done in no time at all, in a fraction of the time it took me. And it took me ages to do my one little one. This is a Biscornu, and it's called the Daisy Crown Biscornu, because I was thinking of like those woven daisies, and so I looked up all different kinds of daisies, and this is what I came up with. So it just is a whole bunch of daisies all over the top. Usually, you know me, I like to make a Biscornu pretty densely covered, but this one actually was fairly quick to stitch. I didn't get a lot of time to work on it, so that's what took me longer. But it's fairly lightly covered. I just did these little embellishments on the side, and then this. It took me a long time to find a button that I wanted in the middle, and I ended up using this sort of mother of pearl button that had rhinestones in the middle, which I didn't like, so I popped out the rhinestone and glued in some little seed beads in the middle, so it looks a little bit like a daisy. So this is the one. It's all DMC. It was fun. You could make it any colors you wanted, really, for flowers, but yeah, that's the one. And it smells like lavender, just like this beautiful fabric over here. So those are my 2 new releases. Again, if you use the word summer, you'll get to be picked for one of the winners, or 2 people will get to be picked for one of the winners in the next video. And that's pretty much it for me. I've got a brief puppy video here at the end. Again, it's a lovely weekend. It's a long weekend for us here in the States, and I hope you are getting to do something that is meaningful to you, whatever you need, be it yard work or relaxing or whatever you need in these days with your weekend. And I thank you very much for spending your time with me. I will chat with you again in a couple of weeks, and it was good to see you.